Hello, everyone. Do you hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, Kay, we can hear you clearly now. Seems we got it back. I'm going to just give you the ball back, and you can now start your presentation.
Thank you very much, and thank you for your patience. Thank you very much for joining the webinar today. My name is Kei Ono, the Program Officer of the Secretariat. I would like to now start my presentation on briefing of OEWG8 to be held in September. The main objective of the meeting is to discuss the program of work of the OEWG and to review the progress made in the implementation of the Basel Convention so that we can report to the Conference of the Parties at its 11th meeting. The program of work and Bureau for OEWG8 were agreed upon at last COP. It is included in Decision BC 10/25. The Bureau names are listed here. Ms. Jimena Nieto from Colombia, she is the technical co-chair of OEWG8, and Mr. Loué from Iraq, he is the legal co-chair. And we also have Mr. Molo from Zambia, Mr. Lenev from Russian Federation, and Mr. Aranyo from Finland. Please note that Ms. Jimena Nieto is replacing Ms. Marcela Bonito from Colombia, as it is listed in Decision BC 10/25. The pre-session documents are available on our website, www.basel.imt. Please try to find the page on OEWG, which is under the convention. The invitation letters have been sent on 21st of May, and now the participants are receiving confirmation letters. In case you have difficulty in registration for OEWG8, please do not hesitate to contact the Secretariat so that we can arrange your participation on time. The dates and venue again is 25 to 28 September 2012. The official meeting start is Tuesday. The venue is at the Conference Center in Geneva. You can find the information on venue on the website in more detail. We are scheduling pre-meetings on Monday, 24 September. In the morning from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., there will be a small intersessional working group on the development of technical guidelines on e-waste. Invitation has been sent to the members of the small intersessional working group. A bureau meeting is scheduled from 2 to 3 p.m. The 5 bureau that I mentioned earlier will meet during this time. There will also be regional meetings from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. It is up to the regions to set up the organization of regional meetings. So we would like to remind the regions that you can inform your regions when and when to meet. The venue of the regional meetings will be indicated in the CICG when you enter the building. We will also inform in advance by emails to participants where the regional meetings will be held so that you will not get lost before coming into the venue. Then we are also having technical experts group for environmental sun management framework right after the OEWG8. This is from 30 September to 2nd October, and the venue is at International Environmental House. The venue is different from that of OEWG8. The invitation letter has also been sent to the expert group members. This slide summarizes the organization of work during the meeting. The plenary session starts at 10 a.m. until 13 o'clock for morning session. After lunch break, we will have afternoon session from 15 to 18. The contact groups will meet as necessary. It could also meet during the evening after 18 o'clock. The languages of the meeting are six UN languages: Arabic, Chinese, English, French, Russian, and Spanish. All the meeting documents are in 6 languages, and information documents are in English. You will have simultaneous translation during the meeting. The documents related to organization of work are annotated agenda, document OEWG8.8/1/add1, and scenario note that describes how the agenda will be addressed is included in Inf/1. A tentative schedule for the week is included in Inf/2. Inf2 is currently not available, but it will be available by the end of this week. In this document, you will see more detailed schedule, when and which day each item will be likely to be taken. But the tentative schedule might change each day depending on the progress of the work, and it will be issued as Inf2/Rev1 during the meeting whenever there is any change. The meeting will be paperless, so there will be no printed pre-session documents available, and in-session documents will be made available to participants through intranet. Aside from the main meeting, we also have some side events previewed. Currently, we have requests for organization of side events on the PACE. It's a partnership, and another request received from IETC. There will be also reception hosted by the government of Switzerland in the evening of Tuesday. So that was it about the organization of work. Now I would like to move on to agenda highlights. The provisional agenda is included in document number 1 of OEWG8. As listed here, the first item on matters related to the work program of the open-ended working group for 2012 to 2013 is strategic issues. That includes strategic framework, Basel Convention Regional and Coordinating Centers, Basel Convention Partnership Program, and Basel Waste Solutions Circle. Then in the next item is scientific and technical matters. There is a environmental sound management framework development, which is coming from the country-led initiative. There are 2 technical guidelines to be discussed. One is on e-waste and the other is on persistent organic pollutants. Then there is a new entries to Annex 9 to the Basel Convention. There are 3 amendments requested at the last COP10, and this will be discussed. Then classification and hazard characterization of waste is also included in scientific and technical matters. Now, legal, governance, and enforcement matters. There's a follow-up to the CLI providing further legal clarity on interpretation of certain terminology and used and end-of-life goods. And there is also an implementation and compliance committee. For this matter, what is requested by the Basel COP10 was to prepare draft guidance on the interpretation of certain terminology and study to identify options for dealing with the problems posed by used and end-of-life goods. Then there is some resource mobilization and sustainable financing. The review of the implementation of Decision 8/34, which is to enhance resource mobilization and financial contribution, will be discussed. Then under international cooperation and coordination, we have enhancement of cooperation and coordination between the Basel, Rotterdam, and Stockholm Convention. That will include support for the work of the open-ended working group under the joint managerial functions and joint activities relevant to the open-ended working group. This is relevant to the decision BC 10/29. Cooperation with the World Trade Organization has also a decision on BC 10/15. Environmentally sound dismantling of ships is relevant to BC 10/17, paragraph 7 and 8. The Secretariat was requested to report to OEWG on the development of the programs for sustainable ship recycling and in conjunction with other bodies, for example, IMO and ILO. And Secretariat is also will report to OEWG the guidelines on Hong Kong Convention. With regard to cooperation with the International Maritime Organization, this is relating to decision BC 10/16. The lead country or the Secretariat was to prepare a revised legal analysis of the application of the Basel Convention to hazardous and other waste generated on board ships. And the OEWG was requested to consider this legal analysis. There was no lead country, so the Secretariat has prepared a revised legal analysis for this purpose. Another thing is the Secretariat was to develop a guidance manual with IMO on how to improve the sea-land interface to ensure environmentally sound management of waste and keep the IMO informed of, monitor any consideration of issues relevant to the Basel Convention, and to report to OEWG8. So this will be discussed under this matter. For financial matters, the main request was in BC 10/27. Secretariat was to report OEWG and also to expanded bureau, which will be held in November 2012, on all sources of income received and all expenditures against the agreed budget lines. So it will be an information item. Lastly, we have the work program of the open-ended working group for 2014 and 2015. The Secretariat has prepared a draft work program for the consideration by the OEWG, and it will be sent to the Conference of the Parties for its consideration and possible adoption. Under other matters, currently we have two issues raised prior to the meeting, which is one of them is a follow-up to the Cartagena Declaration on the prevention, minimization, and recovery of hazardous waste. Another thing is about cooperation and coordination with POP's Review Committee of the Stockholm Convention and Chemicals Review Committee of the Rotterdam Convention. The chairs of those committees have developed a paper that describes cooperation and coordination between those committees. And at the eighth meeting of the Chemicals Review Committee, they agreed that the paper to be presented at the 8th meeting of the open-ended working group. So this paper will be presented as an INF document. That was it for the highlight of the agenda. If you have any other specific questions, please do not hesitate to ask by email or telephone.